Coach Deborah has a passion and purpose to assist young men, ages 15 to 24, to overcome obstacles and build their best lives. She wants to see every young man live out their potential. She has a master's degree in human services counseling, with a major in life coaching. More importantly, she is the mother of 3 boys, who are exceptional, educated, professional men. Coach Deborah believes it is better to train early, rather than need to fix later. She utilizes basic principles and God-led concepts. Sometimes the only thing a young man has is their credibility or their name. The actions they take are based on the decisions they make. Those decisions align with their choices and result in consequences. Coach Deborah can assist you if you are lost, floundering, or confused. Embrace the help and start building your best life today.
Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I am so excited to see you all here today. I am glad I have my voice back. It is not as clear as it could be, but it is far better than it was on Sunday. So I am excited. Hello, Kamara. How are you?
I am doing great. I'm doing great. Good to hear that you're feeling much better.
Thank you. I'm delighted to have you back on. It's been a while.
Awesome. I'm glad to be here with you.
Thank you so much. Well, this year's been all about reaching out. And this month, we are reaching out for gratefulness. Okay, Kamara and I have a wonderful topic that we're going to be talking about. But first, we want to hear from her to see what she's been doing since she was last on Build Your Best Life. So tell us what's been going on.
Well, first off, my name is Kemamira. I am an advocate for domestic violence and heart health and healing. This year has been a journey for me. I will share that I am a heart survivor, heart disease survivor, and overcomer. Um, this is my second year of having a heart monitor. I've been dealing with so many different things with healing. Um, so I'm actually celebrating this month that I had my heart device removed. So that I'm so happy about. So when you mentioned celebrating joy and happiness, that is the one thing I was like, yes, that is so me this month. So I'm actually in my 4th week of recovery. So that is such a beautiful thing. Not many people can, it's like, hey, what are you happy about? Life.
Life.
So that's what's been going on with me over this year is just recovery, healing, and just getting back to enjoying things.
Well, that is amazing. And I'm so happy to hear that because, we sometimes go through life and we don't think about others. We don't see people. We don't hear from them. But we don't stop and take the time out to say, hey, where's so and so, and reach out and find out what's going on. So I'm glad to hear, that you are on the mend. So that is such a blessing. Good evening, Agnes, Yvonne. Thank you for tuning in. Glad to see you ladies today. Everybody, before we get started, just want to make sure that you like, share, and comment. We love, love, love to see those comments. And if you don't share with others, they miss this content. So we love, love, love for you to share because I want to get this platform out all over the world. I've just put a dent in it. So I got a long way to go. So you helped me to make that attainable. So thank you all so much. But today we have a great topic, I believe, and it is joy. you bring me joy. You bring me joy.
Yeah.
And I just think, that's wonderful because if you think about it, everybody can't say that. And then you may look at someone and you think, oh, yes, they have joy. I wish I had that joy. But one person's happiness may be another person's doom and gloom. So your feelings of emotions can be rampant. You can be glad, you can be sad, you can be good or evil. There can be peace or war. There can be joy or pain. But it is far better to desire positive emotions in your life and interactions in a world that's filled with hate, evil, negativity, and bias. We just see too much of that. So we want to see the good things.
Yeah.
So, Kemamira, is there any one person or thing besides your relationship with Christ that brings you far more joy than anything else in the world? And you kind of told us one thing, but is there anything else?
I'm gonna have to say collectively, my support team. My support team. They have brought me so much joy throughout this journey. I could not have done it without them. If I had to pick out one, I would say my cousin. She has been my rock. Um, has been the person that listened. Um, she didn't allow me to feel sorry for myself. Um, she even in the midst of her own trials and ups and downs, when she was in pain, she still found time to lift me up and encourage me to just keep going. Um, so when I look at her, when we talk, there's just this joy in her that covers me. And then when I say collectively, my support team, uh, there are there's so many others with the ladies the same. They didn't allow me to just sit and wallow in my own little pity party. uh, you know how we are.
Right.
We're having a bad day. We're we just feel sorry for ourselves, and it's so hard sometimes to come out of that feeling like woe is me. So that one person turns to a group of 5 or 6. Uh, as far as a thing, just life, um, it's beautiful. So many times we don't take the time to just appreciate it. And I do remember early on this year, uh, just being, just being here. Not living. So when I think of one person, it's so hard. But if I had to pull one person first, I would say my cousin, and then I would have to weed out the other ladies.
All right. And that's awesome. And it's wonderful as we talk about blessings and being grateful. It is just wonderful to be able to have people that we can pull on because, again, that's something, I don't know where it sounds coming from, um, that we can pull from because, so many people don't have a support system and they feel like they're in it by themselves, or sometimes they don't even want anyone to assist, but it can be a lot on people, on other people, your family members, but on yourself as well, because you're going through the sickness or illness, plus, the anxiety and all of that as well. And if
Right.
you have, a child you got to take care, you're responsible for, then that's on your mind as well. So it is a lot.
It is. It is. It just weighs you down, and it's like you try to find the balance of living, existing, and helping and doing, and you forget about yourself. And where's the happiness in it all sometimes? So
Yes. And it's funny. We're talking about being grateful this month, and when I do my devotion time, I started out, I guess, last year, but every morning saying five things I'm grateful for, and now I have. Okay, what did I just do? I'm trying to fix it, and now I lost you. um, five things, but every morning now I have to write down three things I'm grateful for. But it's like even with nature, you forget about the seasons and the leaves on the tree and looking
Yeah,
at the sunset and the moon and the stars. We take all that stuff for granted, but that is so much to be grateful for.
yeah, yeah. I the same with me. I there was a time, like you say, I went through that phase of, I was always moving, never taking time. And I say, take the time to smell the roses. But we're always on the move to doing and making other things happen. It's like, when do you take the time to just be grateful for what's presented to us? And I'm like you, I take that time in the morning. It's like, even if it's the smallest thing, for me, I'll share this. I'm grateful just to be able to see the colors around my house.
Hmm.
Uh, I have always been this type of person. Color wasn't a big thing for me at one point in time. I always, if I shop for home furniture, brown. It didn't bother me. Brown, um, dark colors were okay with me because I had children. So it's like, that's the safest thing for me. But
Right.
I'm an empty nester. So I went shopping and I was like, what do I pick out? I'm changing the decor of the house. And I walk into the living room now. My son, he's out, and I'm alone. I'm in the house, and I picked out copper furniture. And I was like, wow, it makes the whole house look so different because
Hmm.
you have to put something brighter on top of copper.
Yeah.
I took the step from the chocolate to the brown to and now it's like white. And I appreciate the brightness of it, the color of furniture, not the light bulbs or anything like that, but the actual color of furniture. So I'm grateful to see that. I'm grateful for stepping out the door and to hear the sound. Uh, the little bitty things that most people would take for granted. What if we lost those things? What are we grateful for? Some people don't even, get up. They just get up and go.
Yep. Right.
So I always say my nephew, he lost his sight many years ago. And I remember asking him, questions about what is it that you miss the most? And he just said the color of grass. And it resonated. It resonates now, being grateful for that, you know. So that's one thing, color. Just colors.
Yeah. Yeah, because you imagine when you lose it sight and things are just blurred or maybe black and white, you don't see color. So, now that you can see color, it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Grateful for the love.
Love. Grateful for that love.
Yes. Good evening. I see some more people have joined us. Hi, Sister Flowers, Deacon Holmes, Sister Trotter. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We're talking about You Bring Me Joy. So I assume that you feel joy is an essential element of our well being. Am I correct with that assumption?
Yes. Yes, I do. There are so many elements that when you think of joy, there's so many elements that you gravitate in your mind. I'll say the one that stands out the most to me is energy, and how it is within you. Energy as an element is so strongly, when you look at it, as a positive and a negative.
Hmm.
When you put it out there, are you putting out the positive energy or the negative energy? If it's negativity that you're putting out there, of course you're going to have a bad day. You're not going to find that the joy and the peace and the happiness about the day or your life or the week. But when you put out that positive energy, when you wake up with a smile and you present it to people around you, I say, and the Bible is, I always say, God, when people look at me, let them see you through me. And let that be the most positive thing. I always say, let that be the most positive thing that I can share with anybody, is that positive effect of a smile.
Yeah.
I'm not always at my best, but if I can present you with a smile, then I know that I've done what God has asked me to do on a daily basis. Even when I'm at my lowest, I try to present it with a smile. And so that's one thing that I always focus on, is my energy. If I don't have it to give, I'm gonna stay in. I don't want to pull anybody down, because then you have to explain everything. It's like, no, I don't want to have to go through all of that, because then you're pulling everybody down.
Yeah.
Um, Secondly, I say relationships, whether it's the relationship with yourself or relationship with, um, when I say relationship with self, it's getting back with yourself, because we tend to lose ourselves in life, taking care of others and, work, not feeling our best, and we lose sight of life. Then there's the relationship and reconnecting with family as well. Um, that's an element of joy. And when we lose that focus, or that there's that disconnect, then there is no happiness. So I those are two of my most favorite elements, when it comes to joy and peace. I always tell my kids, the one thing that I want anybody to feel when they come into my house is a sense of peace and comfort. And if you feel that when you come into my house, then I'm doing something good. I'm
Right.
good. Most times when people come into the house, the first thing they'll do is kick back. They'll take the shoes off at the front door, and they tend to fall asleep on the couch. And then they're like, "I'm so sorry, I fell asleep." And I'm like, "Hey, you're good. You're good." So there's joy in knowing that they feel comfortable enough to just relax.
Yeah.
So those are two of my favorite elements of joy.
That's awesome. And that is just a real good feeling when someone can feel that way when they enter. And I need somebody that's listening to tell me if I am breaking up. I don't know what that is, but I'm hearing noise when I talk, and I don't know why. Uh, do you hear it, Kim?
Nope, I hear you very well.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's just on my end. But I have the same thing that you do. People come in and where's the cover? Or they know where the cover is. Okay, that's where the Wi-Fi password is, and they feel like they're home, and
Yeah.
it makes me feel good. Thank you, Sister Trota. How I sound now? Is it gone? I don't hear it now. Turn the volume down a little bit. Okay, maybe that's better. Thank you. Yeah. So why do you oops, there it goes again. Why do you think it is easy. I be thinking it's easy for many people to take joyous times for granted. Like they just have to have joy. It's owed to them.
Um, I had a conversation with a friend a while back when it came to taking it for granted. I go as far as people tend to get so complacent, um, whereas we don't understand that it's a. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You need to get it.
It's just 1 second. I'm so sorry. This
Oh,
is
no problem. No problem. No problem. We are here on Build Your Best Life, and our topic is You Bring Me Joy. Put in the comment section something that brings you joy.
so when it comes to taking, as far as taking it for granted, people get comfortable so easy. Um, I always say that we're in a place where it's easy to just settle. And when you get so used to settling, um, I I'll go back as far as when COVID hit. We had no choice but to
Mhm.
sit and wait. And so many people got comfortable with and the waiting. And by the time we were able to come out of the sitting and the waiting, it was the, oh well. And then they started missing out on so much. Me personally, it took me a year after everybody started going out and then, getting back into the groove of things, because anxiety hit me to the point where it was just like I was such an extrovert. Like, put me in the middle, like, coach, I'm ready to go out. And I didn't get out as fast as everyone else. Um, I took for granted so many opportunities that I knew that was there for me. Like, it was there, and I didn't leap for it. Like, Kim, you're missing opportunities. You're taking advantage of what's out there. You're not enjoying life, you know.
Right.
And so that's where a lot of people, you take for granted that it's always going to be there, and it's not. A lot of things change so fast that by the time you're ready to go out and get it, it may be gone. And the thought that comes to mind is like, oh, if only I had a, you know,
Right.
and 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 it's, within the blink of an eye, it's gone. So I take everything now as fast as I can. If I can get it, I try to take it. Even when I'm feeling down, I take it. I'll say one of my sister tribes, I just had surgery, and within like 2 days, her event came up, and I knew I should have been at home, resting, recovering, but I could not miss that opportunity. To me, it was such a big thing to celebrate with her on that moment.
Mhm.
Um, but I did not want to miss that opportunity. So many people, like I say, taking for granted, don't want to miss that. Don't take for granted that it'll always be something that is gonna be there. It may not. It may not.
Yep. It's good. When you were gone, I gave everybody an opportunity to put in the comment section what brings them joy. And I didn't only have one person. So I guess nobody has joy but this one person. That's Sister Trotter. She said, my family brings me joy and helping others. And you can see that if you know her, you can see that she always has a smile on her face. She always knows how to talk with individuals, even if somebody comes to her kind of like the wrong way. She's still very sweet, professional, and she's just a joy. So, and I know she enjoys her family and helping others.
And that was kind of like me, like say when you say what brings you joy. I'm a mom of three and a grandmother of six, and getting those morning phone calls, and each one of them has their own little tablets and cell phones, and it'll start pinging at 6:30, 6:35, 6:38, and they're all calling to show me that their little outfits, I dressed myself, I did my own hair, look at the color bows I have in. Those are like the little moments of joy. And even though they know they have to rush off because they have to go brush their teeth, it's like those are those little sprouts of joy. Um, my daughter even got me a puppy for Valentine's Day this year, and first it was just like, oh Lord, what am I gonna do with a puppy? And after a while, it was like that was even joy, just to hear that little puppy just bark in the morning and wake me up, and I was like, there's some more joy.
You hear that, Dan? A little puppy for Valentine's Day. Oh my.
Yeah, that was like my daughter got me that, and I was like, Lord, I don't know what I'm gonna do with a puppy, but it took us a while, but we got used to each other.
Good. As Yvonne says something, she says, joy to me when I can encourage someone to put a smile on their face.
Yes.
That's very good. I love it. Oh, there's another grandmama. See, Sister Flowers, my grandkids bring me joy, helping others bring me joy, and spending some me time brings me joy. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I look for you, Sister Flowers, and you gone, girl.
Sometimes it's like the hey, top of the list. Just give me a little time to myself sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, but we got a couple new grannies at our church, and I was telling one of them, I said, isn't it just such a wonderful feeling? I said, you have your children. She has one daughter. And I was like, you know how you felt about her? I said, you never even imagined you could have this type of love for another human being, did you? She's like, no, why you didn't tell me? But those grandkids are so precious, right, Sister Trotter? They are. I have 7. So they do bring me joy.
Yeah, it's like I could not look. I don't know what I'd do without one of them coming to ring the doorbell or call me. It's like I welcome it. I welcome it.
Yes. All right. There are many different conditions around the world. Some countries are affluent, some are very, very poor. Many live in autocracy, while others have the advantage of living in a democracy. Although environments bring many limitations, even in free countries, because everything's not hunky dory here, associates can cause harm, evil, abuse, and pain to counterparts. Please give our parents tips on working through family life to teach their children how to find happiness.
um, I will say there's a few things that I focused on within my family when it comes to creating an environment of happiness. Like I said, it's a reminder that it's not gonna always be perfect, but it's the process that keeps us going. I always say set goals. Set goals because setting goals it helps you connect with each other. It brings forth um, it brings forth communication, with you and the child. Um, it set it sets forth a vision, not for the child, but for the family in general. So often we see families divided because they have nothing to, a blueprint. What is the blueprint?
Right.
Family. Uh, are we a family that travels? Are we a family that has uh, that celebrate birthdays and so forth? So that's one of the things that I say, set goals, because it opens up a broad line of communication. Um, and secondly, I would say teach them to be a family that gives back. Um, when you teach them to give back, um, I would say it shows character. It shows them how to, I want to say the right word, give and give back and receive. It goes within joy. I always say when I give, I see a smile, it comes back to me.
Yeah.
And that's one beautiful thing that sometimes people don't really get to see. My son, when we started at the in the ministry, my son was not the type of kid that wanted to be around a lot of people. Uh, but once he got used to assisting around the church, he became this servant. He was like, "Hey, I'm going to go help with this," and he would come back and he would tell me the stories of how he helped someone, and that was so much joy, even if it was just taking out the teacher's trash can, you know. So teach them to give and serve. Um,
It's good.
that's one thing. Um, teach them how to accept opportunities. There are so many opportunities out there uh, now for this generation that many of our kids are missing these opportunities, especially in schools. Uh, we have to encourage them to stay active. Social media is making it so hard. These kids are missing it because they connected to these devices rather than getting out there and being active. We have to be active with them as well.
Yeah.
So not only can we, encourage them to go out and do it, get with them, because them looking over to the right or to the left and seeing us, that brings the family together. So I think my last one, I think it really just kind of ties in with communication and setting goals for the family in a whole. It builds the family back up. We stay so disconnected. Social media, everybody has their own room, so everybody is like, where do we meet? You look at so many families today; they don't even sit at the dinner table together anymore. My daughter has this one thing with her kids where it's a put your phones down. We meet at the dinner table, and so that that's one of my biggest takeaways when it comes to that is set family values. Make sure you have that old fashioned let's get together, whether it's in the living room, whether it's in the kitchen. Let's get together.
Yeah, that's good. That's really, really good. Yeah, I think everybody needs to go back to that one.
Oh yeah.
Yes. All right. So let's not forget those set goals, give back, serve, accept opportunities, and communicate. And if you don't get together spending that time, then you can't communicate.
Yeah.
All right. Please provide our young men with tips on finding joy amid the social, home, and personal issues so that they can build their best lives.
Um, my son is now 23 years old. Uh, he has, when you, the best advice that I could give him and any young man is always be open. Um, don't shut yourself out to life. There's so much out there that we uh, didn't have an opportunity to experience. Socially, um, be careful with things. Today it's tricky out there, um, but enjoy. What's presented. My son always says that you can't trust everybody, which is true. You can't trust everybody, but you
Right.
can trust yourself. That's one. Trust yourself. Go out and know what you want for yourself. Set those goals. It goes back to setting goals for yourself. He started off like, I really don't know what I want to do. Going into, he started off wanting to be a photographer. Then he wanted to be a drummer, and now he has this idea. His life career is. He said, I have joy in being a postal worker.
Mhm.
I say, well, what brings you joy about that? He said, I get to look at everybody and say hi. And he tells me his stories about the people that he meet, every week, somebody different, just the, he said, I don't even have to say a word. They'll just wave at me and I wave at them.
Oh,
So
okay.
to the men today, um, be confident in who you are. There's somebody watching you, and you are a representation of the best that you can be. You're starting from here and can only go to the next level. So pursue it. It's out for the taking. Um, Socially, personally, don't give up on your dreams. And my son says, this is not my last stop. Whether you know what it is or not, what the next thing is that you want to do, just write it out. There's always a blueprint. Blueprints aren't final. You can go back and work it over and you know rip it up, start all over again. Just don't sit and settle for less than what you have within you. I always tell my son, he comes and he'll say, I didn't complete what I said I was going to do this year. Well, you have next year, you know.
Right.
And is you're right. So he has a new goal, and it's a challenge. Challenge yourself, move on to the next. But whatever you do, don't sit and do, and not do anything.
That's right. In order to succeed, you have to do something. And I love so much the fact that, he has joy just speaking. Because think about it. If everybody just think about that, how many people do you encounter? And whether or not you speak, they don't speak back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he always said that he would be like, yeah, some of them wave and some of them don't, but he keeps going. I say, hey,
Awesome.
some people, you never know what people are going through, but the fact that you waved or you spoke, it could change that one person's life.
Yes,
Yeah.
most definitely.
I had an incident, well, a little situation, not situation, but something that brought me so much joy the other day at the store. Walking in the store, and I wasn't feeling my best. Little girl walks up, and we were going in opposite directions. And the first thing that comes out of her mouth, she said, "You are so cute," and I was like, "Oh, thank you." And I came home and I told my daughter, she was like, "Now that would have just made me cry." And tears of joy.
Right.
Never know what a person is going through. Is like with my son. I tell you, never know. You walk past delivering mail every day, and we have the senior citizens. They're sitting at home all day, and you walk by and you deliver people's male, and the fact that you say, have a great day, that brightens their day because you spoke. Nobody may ever visit them, you know? And so I'm happy that that's the career path that he has taken thus far.
That's awesome. I love it. Well, thank you so much. This has been great. Do you have anything that you want to mention in closing?
I have enjoyed, being back on the platform with you, and I appreciate you inviting me to many more. Just a word of encouragement to anybody that visits this podcast. Um, always, always focus on your health. Um, when you're going through the storms, always remember that there's help that you can seek. Um,
Yes.
I went there. It wasn't always the best, but find your tribe. Find your tribe because there is joy, even in darkness. There's joy, and I did not see it at one point in time, but there was always someone at the door that made me get up. It's like, hey, it's still there.
All
It's
right.
still, so don't give up, even when it seems dark and dim.
Yep. God will send some angels.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yes, definitely. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed the segment. You bring me joy. And it's just killing me with this noise. And y'all might not hear it all, but it is booming on my side. But I thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure that you visit my website. And I'm not going to say it, I'm just going to put it up. um, and you know that you can see my services. And the blog comes out each Monday, a new blog, and you can get a copy of my book, Build Your Best Life, from the website. And the Kindle version is available from Amazon.com. And again, I love you, love you, love you. I'm going to show you, in case you missed it, before we leave, my promo about our Grateful Conference that starts Monday the 13th and runs through Thursday the 16th. You have to join us, if not every night, what night you can, and then go back and look at the rewinds of those nights that you missed. But 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time each night. I can't wait. So I'm going to show you that promo once we get off. But do remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan, it's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe. And I hope to see you Thursday for coffee chat. Bye bye, Kim. And thank you so much.
Thank you.